Hello and welcome to this OpenTX quick tip. This is another quick tip aimed at those of you that are using ground vehicles, and this is for a gentleman called Jack Daniels. I'm not sure if that's his name or just his favourite drink, but Jack, this one is absolutely for you. Now, in a previous video, hopefully above where I am appearing in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, there was another video that I did a while ago which was talking about how to set up triggering of smoke in a very complicated setup. Now, in that particular example, the driver had actually set the two different tracks, so it had two Caterpillar tracks on that particular model. It was like a JCB digger, and he'd used the sliders to control each of the individual tracks, which is a really smart way of doing it. But Jack was watching one of my other OpenTX videos, and there's an entire series of these on the channel. And the great thing is although you might watch the video when it's specifically talking about how to do something for maybe a fixed wing model, you can use those ideas and concepts and apply them to whichever model you have. And that's what happened with Jack. So Jack was watching a video about mixing throttle and aileron together for when you have more than one prop to help with turns. And his question was, can you do that for a twin tracked model? And the answer is absolutely. So this is aimed squarely at all of you out there that have ground-based vehicles. You want to use a more traditional base radio, and how do you mix it so that all of the mixing done for the two treads is done automatically? So let me just very quickly show you how I've set this up. So here's the model, and the inputs are all pretty standard, but let me just show you how it works. I've just chosen two controls at random pretty much. I've decided that I want to use my right stick on the radio as my control for the movement of this imaginary vehicle. So as I move the stick forward, both of the tracks increase. So throttle, so the two throttles are connected to channel 1 and channel 2. So as I push the stick forward, motors will move forward. As I push it back, both the treads will go backwards. If I move it to the left, then what happens is the tread on the right will go forwards, the tread on the left will go backwards, causing the model to turn, similarly the way around. And basically, as I move this around, you can see that I can go forward and then I can turn. I can stop by letting go of the stick, or I can reverse and I can turn as well, and it all works. Now, how that's done is actually really simple. It's all in the mixes. So all I've done is those two controls I'm interested in is the elevator and aileron, which are both on that stick in a Mo2 radio, and I've just smudged them together. So the elevator weight is always the same, so plus 50 and plus 50. So that means as I move the elevator, you get the same effect on both tracks. And then the only difference here is when I mix the aileron into those two, then we have a slightly different one. We have plus 50 and minus 50, and that is the direction that we need in order. So as I move it side to side, it's both adding on and taking away the value of that channel to control the treads. Now, it doesn't have to be on the stick. We could have it so that that controls the forward and backward. The elevator is the forward and backward, or we could have it on the throttle. We could do whichever way we wanted it. So you can very quickly change these to be the two controls that you're interested in. So say rather than elevator, we wanted it to be throttle. Let's just choose that, say okay, and throttle again, okay, simulate. So this time, the throttle is the bit that is moving the model backwards and forwards, and then you can just steer it as it's trundling around with this stick. But that's the trick. You just combine those two pieces together. The reason I've got plus 50 and plus 50 is because what you wanted, or what I wanted, was even when the throttle is at the maximum position, I still wanted enough latitude to be able to do my turn. And if you wanted to, you could use more than 50 and 50, but if you did, let me just very quickly show you what happens. This is a comment I get a lot when I do these, is why don't you just add more in? The problem is there's only got 100% of travel of the actual channel itself. So if you add too much, because both of these numbers together when you're moving around means that at full speed you won't be able to turn very well. So if I just simulate that, so now the throttle has a much bigger range on the ESC, but whereas in the middle, if I'm just pootling along like that and I go left and right, I've got great control over my movement. If I'm going full tilt up or down a hill in the model, then actually I saturate one of the moves. Now it might work in a tracked vehicle because the other tread will be going slowly, so it will slew around, but be aware of that. You can change it. Myself, I'd probably have it 50 and 50, but if you find that doesn't give you enough forward momentum, you can always increase the one that's giving you the forward and backward movement. So Jack, hopefully that helps and answers the question. You can absolutely do that, and hopefully from there you can have a look at adding things like braking to the model and other pieces too. Thanks for watching the video and watching right to the very end. You can find me in all the usual places on social media, and if you like the video and like what I'm doing here, then hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon too. If you really like what I'm doing, you can go the extra mile and become one of my Patreons for access to me directly for support, and also giveaways and regular updates too. If you're looking for particular content, then check out the playlist. I organise all of my videos into playlists, so if you're looking for a particular topic, you can find everything here. If it's called Introduction To, it's designed to start very simply and build on that simple introduction to teach you all about it. If it's called For Beginners, then that is really aimed at people who are brand new to that part of the hobby. You can also search on YouTube for anything that you're interested in using the search function at the top. So iNav Painless 360 will find all of my videos and even the playlists around iNav. So thanks again for watching, and happy flying.